Call of Duty Zombies, coming out in 2008, has given us some of the best games we have ever experienced, and some of the worst. As I am an avid Call of Duty Zombies player, I have enjoyed and hated many maps throughout the last 15 years. Today, I'm going to be listing the worst Call of Duty Zombies map from every Zombies game, starting in Call of Duty World at War and finishing at Call of Duty Vanguard. If you enjoy this style of video, feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Starting at World at War, this game is fairly bare bones, so I'm not going to get into detail with this one like I will in the future of the video. However, here in World at War, I personally believe that Nocturne Toten is the worst map in this game. Nocturne Toten does not have perks, traps, or a pack-a-punch machine, but it did start it all here. This is also where the ray gun originated from. Nocturne Toten is not a bad map, but I do believe it is the worst map seen in World at War. Going into Black Ops 1, this is the hardest game to choose the worst map from, because they're all pretty solid in this game. In my opinion though, 5 is the worst map in this game. First off, this map has no Easter egg or a memorable wonder weapon that aids in high rounds. Traps are used for high rounds in this map, so it is kind of boring in that sense. The Winter's Barrel is a terrible wonder weapon. I don't know what Treyarch was thinking whenever they added it. It is almost as bad as the VR11, which is added into the future of the game. The only weapon I've seen to be worse than the VR11 in the Winter's Howl is the jet gun. The Pentagon Thief is, in theory, a good boss until you realize that he's fairly easy to kill. The Pentagon is one of the best map ideas and map designs you have seen in Zombies. This map would be way better in my opinion with the addition of the Thunder Gun and an Easter egg to top it off. Playing as the Presidents was a dope idea, and this map is not even bad. It is just not as good as the other maps in Black Ops. Black Ops 2 is debatably the best Zombies game that we have had so far. It has brought some of the best maps, but it has also brought some of the worst maps we've ever laid our eyes on. And see, I guess you can make an argument for what the worst map in this game is, but in my opinion, it's Transit. This game introduced us to the Victus crew, and they are the most annoying crew to play as, especially in Transit, because they were new to the game, and they were just so uninteresting. Apart from the Victus crew, the gameplay in this map is horrid, because if I want to get Pack-a-Punch, I have to hope and pray that my turbine doesn't break, something that I have to run all the way back to spawn if it breaks, and then run back to the power area. While you're running between these areas, they're filled with fog so you can't see, and then there's denizens in the fog that want to scratch your face. Don't forget that the lava is sprawled everywhere around this map. The wonder weapon, the jet gun, it also breaks every single second that you want to use it. This map is street cheeks, and I don't know why anyone would enjoy this map. It is a chore to play, and it is just absolutely garbage. The first non-Treyarch Zombies game we ever received was Advanced Warfare. Overall, I felt this game is pretty good. This game had some solid maps with Outbreak and then Descent and Carrier. They were all pretty good, apart from Infection. This map did not play like the other 3 maps and just flowed like garbage. You had to escort these people around the map, and it was really difficult because the people were as slow as turtles, and the boss spam in this game is crazy. I'd get my exosuit knocked off for seconds at a time, multiple times in a round. The infectious zombies are also very annoying on this map, being only a select few cleansing stations on the map. And if you don't cleanse yourself, it's GG, the game's over. This map is the worst of exo zombies, but apart from this map, the game is great in my opinion. Black Ops 3 is considered the best Zombies game by many, myself included. Every map in this game is a banger, so it was difficult to pick the worst map in this game. After playing countless hours, I think the Revelations is the worst non-remaster of this game. The map was mostly a remake anyway, but it was just kind of mid overall. My issues with this started at the wonder weapon. The trailer of this game hyped us up, seeing the very original Origin staffs come back. It also made it seem like we were going to get this big grand finale, but everything was reused in this map. The wonder weapons were reused assets from Shadows of Evil and Keynote or Toten, being the Apothecon Servant and the Thunder Gun. The specialist weapon was the Ragnarok DG4s, which were seen in Horizon Drac originally. The monkey bombs of this map were also the little Arnie's off of Shadows of Evil, so the boss fight was also taken right out of Shadows of Evil as well. You had to turn on generators, which is also right out of Origins. There was no originality in this map compared to every other Black Ops 3 map. I also feel like the Easter egg was really RNG dependent, kind of like the Moon Easter egg from Black Ops 1. Comparing this to every other Easter egg that we have in Black Ops 3, you could build your wonder weapon, you could build a lot of things in those maps, but this map, it was dependent on getting the Apothecon Servant and the little Arnie's out of the box. If you didn't have those 2 weapons, you couldn't progress through the Easter egg. I feel like it's really tedious whenever you have to get the wonder weapons and different upgrades out of the box. It's just kind of laziness to me. This map is a sad way to end Black Ops 3 Zombies, but it was a good map nonetheless. Infinite Warfare has grown on many people since its release in 2016. This is widely considered the best non-Treyarch Zombies by many. From what I played, I don't really agree, but I didn't play this game enough. I only played Zombies in Spaceland and Raven the Redwoods. I contacted my friend who has some time on this game. According to him, the worst map in this game is Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Out of the maps I've played, Rave is definitely the worst of the 2. Now, as I haven't played Attack of the Radioactive Thing, I can't really voice an opinion on that. So I'm gonna let you guys tell me what you all think. Do you think Attack of the Radioactive Thing is the worst map in Infinite Warfare? Let me know down below. Right after Infinite Warfare, we got our first Sledgehammer Zombies game with Call of Duty World War II. World War II is my second favorite non-Treyarch Zombies game, right behind Advanced Warfare. The mechanics in this game felt really good with a decent story to go along with the gameplay. Now, the worst World War II map is going to the Tortured Path. This was the first ever objective map that we saw in the history of COD Zombies. This map is awful and I would not play it. The only good that came from this was the survival maps. I wish in the current Call of Duty games we could get the survival maps like World War II did. Playable characters within the storyline of World War II was also a really cool feature. I just wish World War II had a better selection of maps to go along with it. Final Reich was goated though. After a 5-year cycle of Call of Duty Zombies games, we got Black Ops 4 in the 5th year of the cycle. This game was so hyped at launch that even with the bugs, people did not care at all. At the time, we got one of the worst maps we've ever seen in Voyage of Despair. The idea of the Titanic was great, but not utilized enough. Voyage of Despair just felt like another Zombies map that just took place on the Titanic. I've never seen a map design like that be fumbled as bad as this one. The layout of this map was very confusing because every part of this map looked the exact same. There was like 3 different levels that was all the same thing. The pack-a-punch is pretty straightforward, but that's the only straightforward thing about this map. This map is slightly oversized with each different level of the map being as long as a football field. Cherrick really did themselves in with Voyage. They always have these grand map ideas but never do the job correctly. We saw the same thing happen in Black Ops 2 with Transit. Could you imagine having the most hype around a Zombies map ever just for it to crash because the idea was too much for Cherrick to handle? This map is easily the worst in Black Ops 4, but it could have been one of the best. I've had fun on this map before, but it is a very rare sight. Black Ops Cold War is loved and hated by many of the Zombies fans. Cold War was given 2 extra game modes on top of round-based being Onslaught and Outbreak. The worst is going to Firebase Z. I do not think Firebase Z is terrible, but this map is just not good as the other 3. My dislike comes directly from the way this map is laid out. This feels like a God Kirby remake, or let me say copy. The Wonder Weapon is a ray gun that works very similar to the Mark III. Let's not forget the Orta is the Easter egg boss fight, and you fight Orta a million times during the actual game. Nothing on this map really stood out to me. I really enjoyed D-Machine, and Firebase Z made me want to quit Cold War Zombies altogether. I also want to bring up Outbreak. I do not think the Outbreak was worse than Firebase Z, but it really put the nail in the coffin for me. I'm not a huge fan of the Outbreak style game modes, and I personally believe it was overdone in Cold War. My biggest complaint is how it has negatively affected zombies ever since. It's like that's the main focus now, not what zombies used to be. Do better, Cherrick. A message from every Call of Duty Zombies fan. And finally, we have got Call of Duty Vanguard. To be honest, I didn't even play Vanguard Zombies. Once again, I do not like the objective style of zombies. This game did not even launch with a pause button. They rebuilt this game from the ground up and added round base 7 months after its release. This game was pure laziness from Cherrick, and I can't even defend him for this mess. This game was not zombies at all. All in all, I will let you guys decide what the worst Vanguard map is. I do not want to play the other 3 maps not named Shinonuma. If you guys did enjoy this video though, let me know what your favorite map is down below. Before we go, thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. We are currently on our way to 1,500 subscribers, so if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. I'll be back soon enough. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.